Remember how a few months ago they announced that they had to lay off about 1,000 people due to Donald Trump tariffs? That's what all the headlines said, at least. But in reality, if you took a look at Algoma Steel's own press releases, they already announced in 2023 and in 2024 that they were going to be removing about 1,000 employees due to their shift away from blast furnaces. Published in February of 2026, that the green steel production hits the pause button. Because as much as governments have been promising that the transition to green is going to create thousands of well-paying jobs, the reality is that the industry has hit some very serious roadblocks. That in some cases, in Germany and Spain, green steel production is actually paused indefinitely. Why? Well, because hydrogen is really expensive and energy costs are really high. And here in Canada, Algoma Steel transition has already come with tons of layoffs as the plant restructures their operations. The challenge is that green steel requires enormous amounts of electricity and infrastructure that just don't exist yet. And given the fact that those markets have not developed as quickly as expected, they haven't developed as urgently as NGOs and lobbyists would have liked for them to, even when green steel is produced amidst these current conditions, it usually sells at a very significant premium, as much as 40% higher than the alternative, which is definitely a big limitation to who is actually going to spend that money on your product, but they were forced to do it nonetheless, right? Algoma Steel is a prime example of a company that was not doing well at all until the federal government said, why don't you transition into these new furnaces? And if you do, we'll give you some money. So of course they did. They wanted to stay afloat. And now look at the pickle that they are in.